the truth about the astral plane. So look, inside this video, the goal is to basically explain to you guys that the astral plane is not necessarily the highest plane of existence. Now look, in the way that I see it, right, this is based off of what I learned from Egyptian mythology, right? You have 3 planes of existence. You have 3 planes of existence: the physical, astral, and the causal. Now, the causal plane is what causes the other planes, which is why it's called the causal plane. You feel me? Now, the causal plane is a hidden plane. I didn't say dark, because dark still implies light, because if you have dark numbers, there has to be light somewhere. It's a hidden plane. It cannot be seen, perceived, none of that shit. When you go to sleep at night, you have no dreams and shit, and you sleep for 8 hours. You don't see black for all 8 hours. At some point, you experience absolutely nothing. You're inside the causal plane. You feel me? You're kind of going beyond that into the transcendental plane also. But with that shit being said, right, the astral plane comes from the causal plane. Now, the astral plane is made of light. Light is composed of thoughts and emotions, literally. Light, what they call light is electromagnetic radiation and electromagnetic waves. You feel me? Electromagnetic waves come from electric waves and magnetic waves. Electric waves come from thoughts. Magnetic waves come from emotions. So it's all made of thoughts and emotions. So when you experience the astral plane, right, you experience that plane of light. That's not the highest plane. You're experiencing a construct based upon thoughts and emotions, like literally, like dead ass. And I'm saying that because, you feel me, the goal should never be to get to the astral plane. You don't want to die and live inside the astral plane. That's not the highest plane. You feel me? And I'm gonna make a video also called "Dreams Aren't Real." And even though you've seen this video and you understand that the astral plane is not the realest plane, you should still watch that video after, because it's gonna, you know, get a bit more deep into why dreams aren't necessarily real. But let's get back to the astral plane. When you're inside the astral plane, right, it's like you're connecting with, like, it's like you're interfacing with the fucking divine. You feel me? So it's like, how the fuck I put this bitch? So it's like, imagine you see some shit, right? Hold on. Okay. It's like, nigga, it's like the astral plane is like a costume. You feel me? It's literally like a fucking, and that's why the goddess Net, there's a goddess called Net in Egyptian mythology. She's known as the goddess of light, and she weaves her clothing, or the clothing of the universe, you feel me, of Anu. And Anu represents space before it becomes space and shit like that. I know I'm saying a lot of fucking shit, but here's what I'm trying to say. You feel me? It's like fucking clothes. They say that Net is the goddess of light and that she weaves the clothing of the universe. So the stars and all that shit, that's the clothing of the universe, you feel me? And it's built upon Anu, which is basically just space without space, you feel me? Space before it became space in the heavens and shit like that, you feel me? So with that shit being said, right, when you see some shit, right, in the astral plane, you're only seeing a certain part of it. You're not seeing what's actually behind that bitch. It's wearing clothing. And that's why that's why there's two goddesses you have to unveil. There's a ritual for unveiling Net, you feel me, and taking off her clothing, which represents going beyond the physical universe and going beyond light also. And then you also have unveiling a Set, because a Set, aka Isis, got attributed, like, she was given some of Net's qualities and shit, you feel me? So they have the ritual of unveiling a Set, you feel me, and taking off a Set's clothing, aka Isis's clothing, you feel me? So the truth about the astral plane is that the astral plane is composed of light, you feel me? And that when you go there, you're only experiencing and you're only interfacing with the divine from a limited point of view. I told you guys in my video yesterday that I met some guy. I think I mentioned that inside my video. I met some guy who was trying to give me knowledge of self and stuff like that, right? But he was like, he's like a character and shit like that. You feel me? The guy told me, don't believe what you hear and only half of what you see. Only believe half of what you see, because the shit that you see is not even fully fucking there. You can't see what's actually there. When you see this light, you're just seeing a somewhat physical form of what the fuck this shit actually is. And then this whole physical universe is just light condensing. You feel me? So technically, right, you're actually inside the astral plane and causal plane and all that shit right the fuck now. You don't have to go up somewhere to get there. You're already inside that bitch. You feel me? You're experiencing the astral plane right now. However, it's the light has become super fucking dense, so it seems very fucking physical and shit like that. However, if you become more subtle in your perception and just within inside yourself, if you become more subtle, you can perceive the less physical light. You can also go beyond that shit to the higher planes. But the astral plane is not necessarily real. And now we're going to talk about, in my next video, we're going to do dreams aren't real, because that's very important. We're going to explain what dreams really are and how and what you should do with them shits and all that shit. You feel me? You hear me?